Okay, so this week we have a little bit of a surprise. I was browsing Facebook Marketplace about a week ago, and I came across something that seemed to need some attention, and I couldn't pass it up. So went ahead and picked it up and brought it home last night. Alright, it's getting pretty dark here quick. We're going to be working on this tonight, so I could get a good walk around so we can get a good view of what's going on. You know, we got a little bit of body damage right here. 3 out of 4 of the tires are trashed, need to be replaced. Hopefully I can just get a new license plate frame and then get rid of all that expanding foam. Body's pretty rough. I mean, it looks like it's been sitting in the sun for ever. So the top here, it's all cracked and stuff, but it's not bubbling. It doesn't look like there's going to be any rust. I'm not taking it off though, so I won't know for sure. Only rust is really where paint's been missing from some sort of accident, but yeah, the doors on the other side don't line up quite right, so we're going to have to straighten those out. Needs a new side marker. We got a battery and terminals for it because they're garbage. We really need to just do a once over, check all the fluids and everything, see how it goes. The ignition switch is a little finicky. We'll go over that here in a minute. Gonna see if we can't get that figured out tonight at least. Get a battery in it and see if we can't get it back on the road for the first time. And it's been at least a year, probably more likely 2. I don't know how this happens, but it did. Not getting fixed. But yeah, we're currently in January of 21, so, and the guy that I got it from bought it last January 20, so I figure it's been sitting at least a little bit longer than it's been out of registration. So, well, this is number 7 to the poorly built fleet, and it's probably going to be shortly lived, but man, I already like it, so see how it goes. Alright, so first things first. It at least used to have a stereo in it, or some sort of amplifier. It's all here already. I mean, well, obviously it runs and drives, it just has the ignition issue. It's already been converted to 134A, which is convenient. I can just top it off and see if the AC works. It's already staying in my driveway, well, the big one. All the rest of them are from the Dodge. Well, actually that one I'm not sure about. First things first though, we're gonna get a new battery in here. I had to rob the battery out of the Courier to get it off the trailer last night, because that's its battery right down there, and it was completely garbage. It wouldn't even jump, so I just, it was late, I was in a rush, so I just robbed the poor Courier and made her work. So we're gonna get that one out. I have one that should fit to put in its place. The hold down's gone, so I'll use the previous owner's aftermarket method, and yeah, so we'll be back once get the new battery terminals and battery in. Got the new battery installed, replaced the terminals. These are the old ones. They were just junk. I couldn't tighten them, loosen them. I couldn't do anything with them. So these, not my favorite flavor of terminal, but they're about $2, so I use them a lot. And we just got to see how she cranks up now, and then I'm guessing it's going to be just fine. And after that, get the ignition done on it. Do you hear the door bong? It's about twice as fast as it was going yesterday. pretty sure it has bad gas in it. Fuel gauge says quarter tank, so we'll see. Damn, clock works. Got fresh air. I can't let go of the ignition or else the car is going to shut off. Yeah. Oh, even the air works. Man. Runs smooth. What is that? See there, 86,000 miles. 89,000 miles, 600. So, she's nice. I'm excited to get out on the road. Okay, so trying to figure out what's wrong with the ignition where you have to hold the key just right to keep the car running. When you turn the key, you can see it pushes that arm in there. And it turns this, or it pushes this slider here in the ignition switch. And so you can see, if you look up here a little bit, you can see I have to kind of like tickle it just right to get the dash lights to come on. And if I just tilt it upside down, it works.
What?
Flip it up, stops working. Drop it down, works. Up, doesn't work. So I know what's wrong. It's the ignition switch. But yeah, I've
That's ridiculous.
It also has a parasitic drain. With the key off, everything. I'm gonna try replacing this before I even think about anything else.
All right.
So, that's cool.
That's so odd.
So I got the new ignition switch installed. Just one tip. They come with this spring looking thing installed. Do not take this out until it's bolted in place. And before you bolt it in place, you have to turn the key to the run position. So put the key in, rotate about 90 degrees. Put this on, bolt it down, and then plug it in. So if not, I think you caused what happened on this one, because that other one didn't look too old. And he implied that he'd been messing with this for a while. And the ignition is also new, so yeah, just be careful with that. But let's go ahead and try putting the key in. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we're back on the Crown Vic this morning, where I left off last night. Got it running smoothly with the new ignition switch. Then I discovered alternator's not charging. Now these two black and brown wires are the main power wires out of the alternator. I have 40 volts on both of them, and system voltage is supposed to be like 12.5, 13.5, maybe 14. So I have voltage on this wire about 16, which the wiring diagram on Google, which is super reliable, says that should be about right. And then basically these two brown wires just tie into the rest of the electrical system through a fusible link somewhere in here. So I'm gonna try and track that down, because I kind of suspect the fusible link got blown while the old battery was in here and it was just eating all the amperage. So we're gonna see if we can't figure out why we're not charging, and that and tires are about all that's keeping us off the road. Oh, and I'm pretty sure back here it's kind of hard to see, but the power steering return line seems to be leaking a lot. There's a lot of fluid on it at least, so it doesn't look like the front pump seal's leaking. It has already left a pretty big stain in the driveway for 24 hours. So I got a new return hose. I'm going to try and replace that, and hopefully that's all we need to do. Okay, so it's been about 30 seconds, and just going to go over what I was doing here. Got my voltmeter set on ohms, so I'm reading resistance. Tapped into one of those main power lines, followed it, and it was all wrapped in whatever that harness stuff is. This it was all wrapped up, so you can't see in here. Came down to the next plug, and I checked resistance there. And the idea is that wire should be one piece between the alternator and the connector down here. They're the same color wire. So I should have less than half an ohm of resistance, and OL means it's open. There's no circuit at all. So that's why I pulled off I'm going to call it sheathing, and just started inspecting the wires. So this is the fusible link right here that I was talking about, and if you look close, you can actually see where it's burnt open. So just should be able to replace that wire, and we should be all set. Just proof of concept, I'm gonna stick this in there, and then I should have continuity. So see, I got one lead probed into there, the other one on that wire, so we're checking the continuity of the wire from here to here. I have 0.1, which is pretty much perfect. These leads alone have about 0.1 ohms of resistance, so couldn't really hope for much better. Gonna see if I can't track down a new fusible link for it, and I'm gonna go get tires, and hopefully that gets us back on the road. Well, I'm gonna do the power steering return line first, and then fusible link and tires, and see how it goes down the road. Hopefully we do well.
Oh, it's recording.
Oh, I wonder if the regulator came back around. Because it was charging, but the light was on a minute ago.
Huh. I'm playing with it. Do it again. It's so simple, but it's so cool.
I just scooted my side of the bench forward a little bit. Is he seriously moving?
Yeah, it's supposed to move as one piece. It's just my.
That's what I thought. Maiden voyage. Hopefully it has all the gears.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Which one do you think I put it in? The white circle with the D? That probably means overdrive, drive, and then one.
Probably.
It's supposed to be a 4-speed.
Whoa.
Those work.
Those are touchy.
Almost locked them up.
Yeah.
That's like the right one.
Pressing random. Push all the buttons.
No, I went for the turn signal stop because there's two on this side.
Oh, it's got a tilting wheel. Oh, man. Oh, nice. Very late stop signs. I feel weird filming while the kids are walking out of the bus.
Oh, yeah.
That's very awkward. Just look down here. Oh, hey, screwdriver.
Bunch of shit just came out of there.
defrost?
Some rear defrost.
Yeah. The feed vents work?
I don't think it's distributing. It's probably a vacuum leak somewhere plugged up.
Getting hot.
Yeah. Can't tell what gear it's in. So that should be one. Drive. That's neutral. What?
Vents are smoking?
Oh, that's nice. They smelled a little bit like coolant, so it might have
Yeah.
a heater core leak. Yeah. Or it could just be burning the dust off of the heater core now that it's getting up in temperature a little bit.
Because it definitely got first and second. I don't know if you got in the third too.
What is it? Can you smell it?
It doesn't smell like coolant or anything specific to me. It's just... It's kind of sweet. It's
Smells a
coolant.
little coolant-y.
Yeah. I couldn't smell it with it off, but yeah, I think that's coolant.
Might have a little heater core leak.
Can you stop licking the seat back there?
The brakes came around. Yeah.
She stops pretty quick.
It sounds good without a muffler.
Yeah, no, like it... It's not loud. Like, it just sounds nice. I guess those two cats kind of quiet it down.
I could do this.
I could see you rocking this every day.
Ride's a little stiff, but that's fine.
I just need new springs and shocks. Or springs and...
Yeah, probably a good time to stop and see what's going on here.
Probably. It's a little stanky.
I'm sure it's burning stuff off the brakes and everything.
Oh, yeah. That sounds...
I think it needs maybe like a carrier bearing or something like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not a motor mount. Well, if it was a motor mount, we'd have felt the pump going in and out of gear.
Yeah, it's whenever you let off the throttle, so...
Oh, I spilled oil on the header. That's probably what that smell is.
Ah. Probably.
Pick that up for me.
Fucking maybe. Yeah, smoke's definitely coming off the headers.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, compared to what it could be.
Yeah, it's coming from right down there on the headers.
Yeah, I had to add oil to it. And spilled some. Cool. That's a successful first trip.
Mint.